Okay, it's time now for Kirsten to join us again for the conference poem. So very much looking forward to this.
Oh, blimey.
So we're not leaving because of the poetry.
It's all right. It's very niche. Nice but niche. Hello again, everyone. Thank you so much for sticking around for this final poem of the day. It's been incredible, and I've tried my best to capture as much as I can, but it has been so diverse and rich, so many things coming into my head. I feel very, very nourished by everything. I feel I also owe a bit of an apology to the panel that's just gone. I caught the last 10 minutes or so, but I had to go dashing off to scribble, so there are complex and crucial issues that they have been talking about that have not made it into this final work. I don't know whether I could have done them justice anyway, but to be fair with you. But in any case, here we go. I start my day like my grandfather did, by greeting and naming the garden's residents. Hello, tomato. Hello, cabbage white. And in his mouth, it was like a teacher chanting a roll call. And in mine, it's like a toddler trying the basics. Beet and lettuce, weeds and rows, weeds and rows. But we all need to learn, right? I mean, we must all keep learning. So every morning I'm out there, I'm turning new leaves, hoping to find fruitfulness, scouting for disaster, slug and mildew, blight and rust, blight and rust. And I learn. And I learn that I must snip off black spots, swaddle stems in repellent wool, bury cups of beer. But honestly, I love the pests. I micro-safari with them in wonderment. I wish everyone would stop koshing them with chemicals in the quest for neat sterility, because I watch the ants herd sweet aphids into the soft corrals of leaf curls, and I think frontiersman spirit. And after the rains the other day, when the garden turned into Snail-mageddon, and I solved the mystery of the vanishing seedlings, I still couldn't begrudge them the joy in glide and munch. Their joy lit up the dusk as sweetly as the scent of petrichor. This is their world. This is their world that I co-inhabit with my TikTok tips for strawberry yields and my no-mow May. Oh, lucky me. I can sacrifice my measly crops, pop down the shops, refill my pots, all peat-free now. Hey, even Lidl got that memo. This square of planet that I protect is my small start. But I can't stop the cats from coming and killing my sparrows. We are all connected. It is permeable as the oceans and clouds that swirl and swirl around this planet, getting ever hotter. It's hard, I know, to thread our squares of care together, or even to speak of what we feel and know. Next door's put down astroturf, the other side's it's concrete. How do I say, hey, listen, neighbours, the trees are speaking underground and not sound fringe. We must embrace our inner beardy weirdies and say without cringe, yes, there is a pulse of life that binds us all, and yes, it is subsonic, and we must make much less noise. I know you have heard it. The microbial whisper that knits the forest, the flap of wings in the storm that is upon us. Statistics bait our fear for clicks and slide us into despair with every point that tips, and systems crack under the millstone of self-interest, paralysis. Oh, Lord, bring on Enviro Kids. God bless them. From Greta to Triss, they're harnessing hashtags to raise awareness, saying whatever you are, be first an environmentalist, but be it out loud. Don't forget the crucial prefix, eco-hero, eco-warrior, eco-poet, eco-basketballer, eco-plumber, eco-nurse, eco-CEO. It's the ever forever together task to combine our micros and influence the macro, to see the parallels between a backyard pond and a seagrass meadow, to embed nature in decisions as securely as a sprat attaches to culch in an oyster reef so it can grow. Hey, I'm learning. And we know, start where you are, litter pick, rewild. Bring art to the party. Let sculpture trails guide us out into the edgelands where shield beetles glint on yarrow. And councils, bung your guerrilla gardeners a wedge and tell the Karens to just get used to dandelions. And if trees are our best carbon sinks, then root them into sink estates. Diffuse orchards scattering free fruit on awkward, orphaned scraps of green where no one has ever been given the luxury of birdsong or shade. And there'll be no need to belch fumes for miles to reach a romantic vista or a ring-fenced glade if nature is next door. We could learn the names of weeds, their properties, their folklore, and trace the chains of food from ragwort to skipper, burnet, cinnabar. We could walk and talk and cycle more. Planners, break our becks out of their culverts and let the locals take their ease in projects they've been in on since they were begun. No hit and run. We feel the need for reeds. Yes. Take up an eco-position to prevent our emissions, scale up our ambitions to reverse the attritions. Yes, we are insisting on people-powered transitions. And if we do, then what's the reward? Well, I've heard some numbers getting crunched, and some of them are good if the powers get on board. But for us, in our backyards, maybe no riches. But you might see one goldfinch multiplying like a magic coin into a whole charm. And maybe no increased property value, but perhaps a nest of buff-tailed bombus might bumble a reverberate buzz at the base of your rhubarb. And not a jot of prestige, but a sparrowhawk with an imperial eye may pick apart your pesky pigeons like a pillow fight and come to crown your apex, all of which to say, if we make the effort, then you and your children and your children's children may yet start your days like your grandfathers did, greeting and naming Earth's residents. The prize is life. Thank you.